I'm Chip Rowan with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and for this episode of Good to Know, we are in Scottdale at the Gazebo Park, and with me is Andy Penske and Charity Colbank, and they are actually both council members for Borough Council here, and they serve on the Parks Commission. Good to have you here, Charity and Andy.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We are really toasting out here in the sun. Yeah. You have a big event coming up, actually the return of an event. It's a car show. Could you want to tell the folks when this car show is happening?
Well, the car show is on June the 19th. It's the Saturday before Father's Day, and the time is from 4 to 9 p.m.
Now, we're hoping it doesn't rain that day, but if it does, you have a plan B, right?
Yes, that is a rain date which is set for Saturday, July the 10th at the same time.
Okay. And the event, where is it actually held?
The event is the downtown Scottdale area. It's Pittsburgh Street, it's Spring Street, and we go up part of Stoner.
Okay.
So all the cars are parked on the street, and that's one of the things that the people that attend this event with their cars, they really like that. They're not out in the field or in a parking lot. They're actually on the streets.
Yeah, that's nice. And this is sponsored by the Scottdale Parks Commission. They're actually hosting this, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's great. And Andy, you were sharing with me earlier, this is like, it has some history here. It's been in the Scottdale for a while and stopped for a while and brought back. And
yeah, originally this car show started with a gentleman by the name of Babe Scardina, and he did it through the chamber.
Okay.
And then it just kind of faded away, and we picked it back up. Actually, we started discussing it in 2013. We had our first one in 2014, and it was a co-sponsored event with both the Parks Commission and the Chamber here in Scottdale. And then after that, the Chamber kind of, they lacked enough of volunteers.
Okay.
So they moved away from the event, and then the Parks Commission just took it over. And
kind of
we've had
inherited
ever
it.
since. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's great that you're continuing. Last year it didn't happen because of COVID, but it's great to have it back this year. And there's a variety. I see from the posters, old cars, trucks, motorcycles. There's all those things are welcome, right? Anybody
can bring any vehicle that they want to, and it doesn't have to be a certain year. It doesn't have to be a certain make or model. If you just bought a new car, I know Charity has a nice new car, sports car, so she could bring that car over to the show. The only thing that once we fill up, we fill up.
Right.
Because
okay. And how many cars do you think you could hold? What do you think their limit would be?
We're usually somewhere in the neighborhood of about 120 to maybe about 130 cars.
Well, that's a lot of cars.
Yes.
That's a lot of activity.
Cars and trucks, I might add too.
Right, cars. Okay.
And motorcycles, yes.
Now, parking for this event, for folks that aren't bringing a car, folks that are just coming to be spectators, where would they park at? Just city lots?
Well, yes. Scottdale has two large free, I might add, free parking
folks.
lots. One is located over next to the Rite Aid drugstore. The other is adjacent to our library.
Okay.
And one thing I might caution is if we get an overflow of cars, we do start putting them in the parking lot over by the library, right off of Spring Street. But outside of that, that's the parking. But it's mostly a walk event. Most of the people come from the neighborhoods and come down and walk.
And that makes it nice. And we'll pray for a day like this when it's nice out and we can walk. That would be a great thing. Now, Charity, there's a lot of other things. Cars are the big attract. Cars, trucks, motorcycles are big. But there's things that spectators can enjoy. We have food and some vendors. You want to talk about that, please?
Yeah, we have a couple different vendors coming this year. We have Courtyard, who's going to be coming with lemonade, funnel cakes, Oreos, fried Oreos, pretzels, apple dumplings. Almer's coming, and that's normally here with steak hoagies and sausage and gyros. Susie's frozen custard from Mount Pleasant will be here. Along the sidewalk here with frozen custard. We have a guy that's going to bring meatball hoagies and raviolis. Barry brings his Italian ice every year. He'll be set up inside the gazebo.
You should have brought some samples for us today just to try that out. That would have been nice. Maybe next year I'll remember to remind you about that.
And then lastly, we have Misty. She normally does a lot of the in-town, which is we'll talk about later on. With the concert series, she's going to be bringing some popcorn, some hot dogs, and some walking tacos. So we have a variety of foods here.
Yeah, and those things will be set up here around the gazebo?
The food events are mainly in the Mid-Penn bank parking area.
Okay.
And then some along the parking or the sidewalk on the Pittsburgh Street, and then there's one or two going to be inside the gazebo area.
Okay.
So kind of spread out.
Yeah, now that's all the food, the vendors too. You have a lot of
We have
vendors.
about 21 spaces of vendors sold right now, anywhere from the Lions Club to Tupperware, photography, 31, some jewelry people, some bakeries, Color Street. There's a ton of different ones. We just charged a small fee to make some money back for the Parks Commission on it. And
Okay.
It seems like it's pretty successful so far.
That's great. Now there's no fee to bring something for the show, a car or anything.
We do charge a minimal $5 fee for
Okay.
those that participate in the show with their vehicle, but they're going to get a goodie bag. The charity and some of the other members from the Parks Commission are organizing.
Those are really nice bags too. I think they
Real
say
nice
Armstrong
bags.
on them.
They do, yes, yes. We have a lot of good things in there this year. Normally we have at least drinks and a couple of snacks and whatnot, but we have a lot of local businesses that actually sponsored to bring that through, and the bags are pretty full this year.
That's great. So people have to pre-register to bring a car or truck or motorcycle?
We don't do any pre-registration. Actually, we ask them to come. We will bag the meters
Okay.
ahead of time. We start bagging the meters about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Cars will start showing up here between 2:30 and 3.
Okay.
And we do our registration over in the Standard Bank parking lot because it's an easy off of Broadway and through the Standard Bank and back out on Pittsburgh Street.
Okay.
And I might also add in those registration, those that register the first 125 vehicles will get themselves a dash plaque.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That honors the event. The
That's
date
in the
and
bag.
time.
Right.
That's in
And I
the
know
bag.
people that go to shows love to get those. They put them on a board and show those off. So that's a nice thing.
And those are sponsored by Graf Jaquillard Funeral Home.
Okay. And now for this event, it's free to the public to come in, but you're able to do that because you have sponsors. And I know the sponsors are really important. You want to talk about some of your sponsors in addition to the ones you just mentioned there?
Well, we have Armstrong is our major sponsor, along with Tombstone and Sinister Muscle Cars in Scottdale. That's a new business just opened up, as well as DeFuria Mongel and Associates Insurance Company. So those are our major sponsors this year for the car show.
Okay. And I know the radio station, 103.1 KVE, is actually going to be here, and they're going to be playing music for the event, and then they're advertising the event too.
That's correct. They will run announcements or advertisements for the event. They send a disc jockey here, and along with that, they have giveaways, and they'll actually be interviewing people in the crowd.
Okay.
Okay, with the disc jockey. So
Okay.
it's a real fun time.
So if you want to get on the radio, folks, stop out. You can have a chance to sing maybe. You can do some karaoke. Anything else, Andy or Charity?
We do have, they're called Pin-Up Girls coming.
Okay.
I guess they dress in old-fashioned style clothes and go around, and you can take pictures with them in front of cars.
Okay.
A lot of people, I guess, like that. They've contacted us and wanted to come, so we're going to have that as well this year. It's
That
kinda
sounds
new.
good. Well, I wish you well at this event. Hope everything goes well, and congratulations on to be able to have events again. That's a good thing. So, anything else you'd like to share?
Just one last thing, Chip.
Sure.
We do not judge the vehicles.
Okay.
So this is not a judging contest with judges. What we have is it's like the people's choice. They will vote which vehicle, car, truck, which they consider to be the best, first, second, and third. We give trophies out. Those trophies are sponsored by Mongel Tire.
Okay, great. Well, it's great the sponsors are helping. We appreciate their help. And Andy and Charity, thank you for your work with this. I wish you well. This is Good to Know.